Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 16, Chapter 2, Interviews, Part 3. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. When I got back from seeing Chloe, Vesta said I needed to see him right away because of something important. How can I help you? I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to talk to me. I just got a message from King Gazel, Vesta said, lifting his glasses. Yes, he wants you to explain, as you might have expected. I understood. It had been such a big war, but I had left the cleaning up behind and come back. I knew I was going to get in trouble for that. It probably wouldn't have been a big deal if it had happened only on our land, but the Dwarven Kingdom was involved, so. I see. Was he upset? He seemed quite unhappy. It was no surprise. Just the night before, we had been drinking together. Taking a moment to think about it, you could also say that Vesta is to blame. I guess he didn't pay much attention to what was going on, and it was hard to blame him, but he seemed to be thinking about himself for not giving me advice. Still, I was the one who made the most mistakes. Please let them know that I will explain it later. After all, you'll have to come up with a reason, as usual for Vesta. His quick wit made him a very reliable person. In any case, we had to figure out what was going on first before we could say anything. The first thing I needed to do was set a date for the briefing. So, I would let Vesta handle things with King Gazel. After gathering our thoughts, we decided to talk about the issue again. Then, a break for lunch. I stopped thinking about all of those hard questions. After having my favorite fried chicken and yakisoba red bean noodles for lunch today, I suddenly thought of something. Ciel looked like she was doing something in the background. Last night, Ciel said that they had helped the executives a little bit. I thought it was important to get a clear picture of what they had done and how much they had helped. After all, it was very likely that what Ciel called a little help was not at all little. I'm surprised to be suspected in this way. The next thing I knew, Ciel started to talk. As I thought, it turned out to be a great event. First of all, the biggest problem was that my skills were changed without my permission. This change made the ultimate skill harvest King Shub-Niggurath possible. I did get a report, that's right. It was told to me after the fact, but after Velgrynd's skill alteration was done, the remains of Covenant King Uriel were put into Velgrynd's charity King Uriel, and Harvest King Shub-Niggurath inherited its essence. I was so focused on Velgrynd at the time that I didn't hear the explanation. I looked over the documents and listened to a detailed explanation of the ultimate skill harvest King Shub-Niggurath. This power was like the bond between me and my subordinates solidifying. Skill creation. Use the information from food chain and analysis to make new skills. Skill duplication is the process of making a copy of a learned skill. Skill gifting is being able to make a copy of a skill and give it to the right person. There is also a way to take it back. Skill storage. Skills learned are turned into information and can be used again right away. So, that's what happened. Because a soul had a limited amount of space, one could only learn a certain number of skills. Because of this, some skills were linked to the body instead of the soul, even though these skills seemed to have less willpower. I must have been reaching my capacity limit because I had 4 ultimate skills. No, not 4, it's 5. Yes, you're right, I had taken Velgrynd in and looked at her the same way I had looked at Veldora. So, I got a new power called Scorch King Velgrynd, which is the ultimate skill. When you look at it this way, there was no way there was too much capacity. Ciel probably gave Velgrynd the Covenant King Uriel because I was about to reach my limit. Exactly, I had no choice but to get the most out of the skills. So suspicious that it's almost shocking. I think Ciel has been collecting skills since the time of the unique skill Great Sage. Is this something she does for fun? Even though the capacity is full, it's too good to throw away, so that's why evolution is being pushed so hard, right? Anyway, I'll continue explaining. That's going off topic. Not only has Ciel become more like a human, but it also feels less useful more often. No, it's fine, it'll work out. I just prayed and then decided to trust Ciel. Ciel said that it had taken apart a lot of skills that were taking up unnecessary space, turned them into information, and then put them back together in a neat way. The Harvest King Shub-Niggurath was made so that this information could be controlled. With this power, I could control or give power to the monsters connected to me by the soul corridor. How much this skill can do is easy to figure out. So, Ciel used the Harvest King Shub-Niggurath to help Benimaru and the others. As for how much help was given, It seemed like there were two kinds of situations in which people got either a little help or a lot of help. If they had been left alone, it was likely that they would have lost, so it didn't seem right to complain. Rather, thank you, and I'm grateful. No, I was just following my master Rimuru-sama's orders. I know I've talked a lot about Ciel, but she's always been helpful. I thanked Ciel for all the help it has given me. After hearing what Ciel had to say, I had a general idea of how everyone had changed. We had to get stronger because Michael and the Phantom King were our enemies. But that didn't mean we should give everyone the most powerful powers. When someone has too much power, it can destroy itself. I believed Ciel about that. I didn't think it would do anything too strange as long as it was still interested in remodeling skills. It didn't think it would give skills to people who couldn't use them, but it seemed like it was important to make sure. While I was thinking about this, Ciel asked me as if it had just remembered something. By the way, skill alteration, which Master was working on, has been put on hold. Would you like to put it into action? I had totally forgotten about it. Ciel looked like she was getting bored. It seemed like it had been looking for something and had finally found a better solution. I think it said that if you combined the ultimate skills Storm King Veldora and Covenant King Uriel, you could make the ultimate skill Stellar Wind King Haster. But I gave Covenant King Uriel to Velgrynd after that, so it should have been changed in a different way now. Since it was Ciel, it probably wasn't weaker than before. First of all, I hadn't heard or seen any report, but Charity King Uriel was probably already analyzed, right? Of course. Just as I expected. In that situation, it was like having 6 ultimate skills. I had also been offered power from the food chain through the evolved executives, which meant that Ciel needed the Harvest King Shub-Niggurath. Even if there are more skills, that doesn't mean that you can master them all, so it made sense to combine them. I was thinking that Scorch King Velgrynd and Gluttonous King Beelzebub could be combined to make something. I was also a little worried about what had happened to the Wisdom King Raphael after Ciel was born. If Ciel wanted to get the most out of the skills she had saved up, I had no reason to stop her. We're not in a battle right now, so I don't see any problem. Okay, I'll leave it up to you then. Oh wait, got it, it will be put into place right away. I wanted to say wait, but it was already too late. Looking back, I was a man who made mistakes over and over again. Always ignoring the results and then feeling bad about it. Why was it so simple to give permission? I shouldn't have let it go because I didn't know what terrifying changes it would make. But Ciel, who was already well prepared, started the skill alteration as soon as possible, probably because he thought I would try to stop it. With the "there's no way to stop it" already plan, Ciel ended up humming and acting like she couldn't hear. Having given permission without thinking and then trying to stop things in a panic was definitely in line with what Ciel had in mind. It agreed in a shockingly quick way and dove right into the change. I just kept waiting in that frozen state, and with a lot of momentum. Ciel was so focused on what it was doing that it didn't even answer. I felt like giving up because I knew I would be surprised again by the stuttering results. In any case, I couldn't get any of my paperwork organized without Ciel's help. I decided to work on something else because I changed my mind.